Hey everyone, this is Stacia and I have a special guest for you today. His name is Colin. He might look familiar because he was featured in a video called Colin Goes Fishing. And just like all good franchises, this one deserved a sequel. So we have Colin Goes Fishing Part 2, the sequel. And the sequel is actually better than the original. So in this case, so let's look at this game. Trust me, it's quite impressive. He was playing a teacher from his own chess class, not me, thankfully, named Mr. Rook, a 1600. So let's see how Colin, just a lowly, 1100 player, let's see how a lowly 1100 plays chess. By the way, he's much stronger than that. Okay. Take it away, Colin.
Okay, this game originates from the Caro card, aka e4 and c6. I played d4, but there's many other traps, including knight to c3, which you can do kind of things like a bit of bishop f5, knight c3, push the pawn, chase the bishop. Then go for f7, and if they block with g6, you can literally play bishop to c4, hanging your own queen, or else checkmate. And plus, e6 is followed by queen to e2, because if you just play a random developing move like knight f6, then you can play knight takes f7. And then when king takes, you take with the queen, king moves, queen f7, mate. Okay, and
That's
then
terrifying
also there's a bit of d3 stuff. And after d5, you can play knight f3 takes, then you can gambit. This is a version of the Tennyson gambit, by the way. And then knight g5 takes, bishop takes, h6, knight takes f7, king takes f7, and bishop g6 takes, queen takes, and you win the queen. Anyway, on to the real game. Also, wait, there's one more thing. If the main move here is to take, and then there is a chance that someone might get a bit oofed by this tiny little trick here. And also, from kind of the Ready game,
Ready
I'm not going to show the
Tower.
real game, but this is a trap that can happen if bishop to f5, because then you can play knight takes f6 and you win the bishop. In the real game, he played e6, which in my opinion, I don't really like.
Yeah, why don't you like it?
The main reason why is because it kind of blocks your bishop in.
That's what I was thinking too.
And plus, that's a bit overprotecting this pawn. You don't need more defense. Nothing's threatening it, and nothing else can threaten it, even if you haven't noticed, because this bishop will never get to c4 any day soon.
True.
And when will this knight ever get to f4 or e3? That's wasting moves, and f3 is its happy square. So then I played knight f3,
happy square.
Then after bishop to d6, I played bishop to g5. The knight had to go to e7, mainly because if knight f6, then you can play e5 stuff, and when you move your bishop, you're going to lose this knight.
Oh, you got the arrows. Thank you.
Because this knight's pinned even, so you have to move your bishop, really. So you had to go to e7. Then after that, I just developed more developed. But then I noticed a bit of something after this. His pieces were kind of cramped, so I cramped it even more with e5.
Strong move.
And then he should have played bishop to b4 or bishop to c7, but he played what I don't think is a great move, with bishop to b8. Like, I think you can do better than that, at least, because I think that's pushing it back a bit too far.
Yeah, I think
So,
his idea was to bring the bishop like to a7 and pressurize this pawn, but it's
but
way
that
too
pawn is
slow.
never getting attacked.
Yeah.
What are these pieces doing? It just happened. And so I went for G4. Oh my, I'm in a video. Okay. And then he moved his rook over to E8.
Wow.
And then I went H4. Because why not? And then H6. And then I left my my bishop hanging. Big reference to my other video.
Yeah, Colin's going fishing again. He found a bigger fish this video. Yeah, and I really love what he's doing here because Mr. Rook unfortunately found himself in a position where his pieces are either pinned or just far away from the king. So Colin is going right for the throat here, which Miss Stacia approves. So what happens if they take the bishop?
Well, actually, that's what happened in the game.
Oh, right. I guess we'll get to see.
And so answer takes, I took. If it wasn't obvious, gotta play for the open H file.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the point. And then F5. Apparently, F5 by the engine was the move that lost the game, really. Because that score boosted like infinite.
Yeah, and it's hard to find a move.
This wasn't the move, but this played a key role. And then I took en passant, because then if I take en passant, then I can clear the pawn. And plus, that can help open the G file. But then after this was the move that really lost the game. Apparently it's mate in 7. However, I sadly missed the mate in 7.
Ooh, so at this point, let's ask people to see if they can find a move they would play that is winning here. We'll accept 2 answers. One is what the computer likes the best, but one is what Colin played, which I like better, honestly. So if you'd like to pause your video and try to find the move. Okay, Colin. Okay.
Oh. Whoops. Okay, and so what did you guys think of? Maybe it's like just to take this pawn and go attacking? Maybe you're just a bit too scared and just want to castle first? No offense. Maybe you want to get these pieces out and ready. That's a good idea, definitely. Like, you're being, like, if you were black, what do you think you would do? I would just instantly play, I resign. Perfect, right?
That's the best move by black.
The computer recommends queen to h3. This was the mate in 7. I play rook to h8 check.
I love that.
Because if you move, and I'm just gonna play rook h7, and thanks for the free tempo. I'm just gonna play queen h3, and it's game over for you. Like, here's what would happen. I'd do. Then after this, when you would move your king somewhere, and then I'd play queen to h3, and you're dominated. You're dead. Like, at this rate, you're just dead. Like, knight to g8.
Probably.
Then I would just play, like, rook to h8.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's kind of over by now. Like, you could do, this could happen, but still, I think you're going to lose. So, he takes rook. And I move my queen to h3. Because it's really the point. King to g7. Queen h7, King f8. And then after Queen to h8, I was hoping for Knight to g8. Then you can play the move Bishop to h7. And like, for example, a random move, Knight b6, you take the knight, king moves, and queen here. And plus, even if they start running from the start, you can just play queen to g7.
Checkmate.
There are no moves.
Oh, Colin, show that miracle move the computer gave us after.
Apparently, after knight to g8, there's this miracle move here, taking this pawn, because that undefends d6.
Yeah, and then the king can run to d6 and then to c7. That's really hard to see.
The only thing I'm thinking of, though, is what if takes pawn? Well, actually, this one, you gotta sacrifice some material to do this. Like, you're already up a rook and a bishop, so you gotta give some back in order to survive. Like, if you just do this, you're out of it.
Yeah,
no more attack.
No more checkmate.
Like, think of Queen f6 and you're out. No more creepy dark woods. And plus, you're still up a rook.
Wow.
Crazy. You're still up an entire rook.
You know, this...
And you'd survive.
This is probably the only reason that queen h3 move was stronger than your rook h8, because there's a chance that they could sacrifice back. But in the queen h3, there was no sacrificed material. Oh, there was a bishop, actually.
And the real king, then I played queen h7 and he goes to that gun, and I played here, and then I played here, and I played here, and then I got a draw. No, that didn't actually
Just kidding.
I played queen h6 check. King moves, then I take this pawn. Because normally I wouldn't want to, because that would open d6, and that would help this knight get in. However, now I am, because now I can play knight to g5 check, allowing me to force the king back. And I played bishop h7. He played knight takes, which ended up boring checkmate. But the better way is if you played king to h8, because then I can play g6 and be super fancy and not mate with a queen.
Yeah, bravo.
Yay.
Yeah, so, wow. So, you know, I would make fun of Mr. Rook for losing this game, but I could lose the same way, honestly. Colin is playing some tremendous attacking chess these days, and he put it on display for us all to see. Even building on his fishing pole idea even more. So, wow, amazing game, Colin. I don't know what to say. I can't wait to see your next games. So you guys will be seeing more of Colin for sure. And hopefully not a video where he crushes his teacher, Miss Stacia. Hopefully that could be delayed for a few months, at least. A year? Will you give me a year? So anyway, stay tuned for that. We'll find out.
Bye.